Inya Metachekakra regarding Kudus Mohammed and whether undecided on the Saudi project or to stick around for a big team. Fancy, for the past couple of years, Yasha said, whenever a club is so much interested in a talent, they wouldn't waste time approaching it. Now, the clearest example I'll be to Chelsea's approach they call into signings. Into actually the number of players about Chelsea. Any times Omutimi could be 2 seasons before player Nabeba, or could be a season before na arrival. Liverpool signed Naby Keita from RB Leipzig a season before or joining. Yehun Mamadas really deal. But Kudus talent and only potential, there's no doubt about Kudus near Okuta, the skill set. But to play for any of these big clubs, no, they emphasize on the analytics part of football and how the player is able to evolve, change to suit Nyomope. But Kudus, unfortunately, after the exit from Ajax, joining West Ham United under David Moyes. But David Moyes, no, and manager, ultimate transforming players, sir. He's noted for say, you're more the mid-table team. Into the talent, yes, into the talent like Kudus, no, will not necessarily change the style and also be before a game, no, under David Moyes. If any other manager like the Pep Guardiola, one who will back out consistently, say Matheus Nunes, no, he's a player who wants me more midfield, or go out Akasadi, no, yeah, who players be or my boy under certain managers be or Masisa. But oh, you're very sincere. Now I analyze the teams potentially. Umbetimi AGBB awo Europe. Ye teams that you want any Ghanaian footballer here trying to so bona. The PSGs, Liverpool, Chelsea's, Oshe Arsenal, Oshe that of Real Madrid and that of Atletico Madrid. Among these clubs here, Mabubu, why partner the profile of Kudus? Ebe fiti, any almost stand no more. It will be very difficult for him to join any of these clubs. So mo pa come trigger dada. The quality of Kudus, no, senior yehuno no. Said these clubs epa anka we till this time for him to join West Ham United. A few anka trigger something.
It's me about so mo pay, but asking price no see too much. And
I make us say at West Ham United, if any intention, this business of transfer, fancy happen because you who player be able to do. It goes back to me 4 seasons ago. No more tracky player be. I share the numbers. A clear example yet. Tama club by Liverpool. What the players are not pay. But me in charge of transfers and they say Sadio Mane is the boy you need to go in for. Mohamed Salah, even when club ever doubt, they decided say it's not about the open, it's about the project, no, and the profile and fit perfectly. So it doesn't happen because Obiagidini Ekofano. It happens because Oma monitor players, no, for a very long time. But at this stage, there, as a Ghanaian, I would wish say Kudus, Obama Liverpool, Obama Arsenal, and the UEFA Champions League. I can the business of Champions League in Ojinem. But it looks as if said there is something off about in the game, no, and man fitting into the boxes of these clubs. That is a reason he's still at, because the Clan Rice is 100 million from West Ham United no motor. You might say oh yeah English into number. Caicedo yeah English. But Chelsea they 150 million akofai. So Kudus there no, I'm tempted to believe say there's something when the game no more. And my name fit the profiles of these clubs are ultimately sa big move no encoy. And when I make about the exclusivity of the treble winning managers and why it's difficult, it's sacred for people to achieve that. And why I ended up predicting say PSG might be the team and possibly obey to me achieve the treble. As it stands now, Inter Milan any breathing space. Every single minute counts. Now, some minutes you drew this level, sir. And I say players be dropping in terms of tempo, momentum be dropping, injury situations not a bem. Simeone Inzaghi, I there. Personally, I love that manager. But Osha Adiene Emma Duduana Shada nye the discussion about Antonio Conte. And they say, when you are talking of the UEFA Champions League, you can't mention the name Antonio Conte. It is all the team of Mark Conte. Now your team who aspire to win the UEFA Champions League there. Then it looks more like a misplaced priority, having Antonio Conte on board. But this manager in line to change that narrative after Carlo Ancelotti said the only Italian manager, and I said, refer to the capo, the supremo in terms of Champions League, in terms of management, Carlo Ancelotti. But on Antonio Conte ebenya success at Juventus. With the success when Timmy Anje the Holy Grail, I think the best place was in the quarterfinals. Humas Allegri at the Juve quarter final, but one also went Timmy Winnie. So Simeone Inzaghi created a niche for himself. Say the transition from Lazio, he has that winning swag in his game. But so betimia yesadia check teams or matimia je treble ni nyina, they had that quality squad in that Inter will be omutimi performing on both fronts. So and at this stage he should have that luxury of resting quality players or defining the season man in the Champions League. But in the league he's tied on points with Napoli.
Yeah, Napoli no Zero.
Yes, now he's going to meet another legendary manager against Roma team.
Yeah.
How many games na Roma are undefeated?
Ranieri by crime
15 games.
Yeah.
They are yet to be defeated.
Yeah.
And that's the team you are coming up against ahead of a crucial game with Barcelona.
The Oberreste, the Martinezes, the Turams,
yes.
now they are portraying Barca.
Nobody would want
and
to.
And what is even the surety say? So rest these key players.
You are going to get the results. Nobody wants to be in the shoes of Simeone Inzaghi at this stage, but I feel say he's a quality manager, and moments when they define a normal manager from a real killer instinct. It is a manager's basic kosra. There are certain situations that happen in the season. You just have to rely on the manager. So only the be changing the fortunes. On Barcelona situation quite similar, but only that Barcelona have a 4-point gap, and continuously almost share Real Madrid be almost so they have that upper hand in that game. But this season against AC Milan, so losing to them, and quite surprising. But at this stage, I think say and Yomabaye Diama Simeone Inzaghi, I feel you will still qualify in the UEFA Champions League. But I bear down to how Oben manages squad from this weekend. Now what me call midweek. Fancy and young one what's not that say I didn't need a teams and as a players or my highly successful in the UEFA Champions League. Official listener, we are just 6, we are just 4. Players are mobile for Spanish teams. Into the UEFA Champions League. So per se ye player waje trophy ni kesia.
Look Spain.
Cavaya, Luka Modric, Bale, CR7. Oboba. I'm say seed of Ronaldo no mo GB from Ajax and then no mo GB also. Yeah. So that actually margin see in a conversation Yaya Toure Akoye or Mikel Obior. And the emphasis are on the European competition. But the Spanish teams now are about Europe. No? So to me navigating the way, no drew any competition a European competition. They are a team to beat. It's Manchester United recently was a Villarreal in the Europa League. Almost finding a way so measure. Club with Liverpool. Club at the Liverpool could share Sevilla. And the first half was 1-0. Sevilla by Besho Motre. This manager, Diego Simeone, a big name in coaching, was in the Europa League. Amu dominated, sir. Yes. But
super cup.
Yes. Open a few reasons here. Spanish teams, are dominant over European competition. Amu focus on the technical aspect of the game more than the physical aspect. In the Chelsea team, we are strong under Roman Abramovich or Jose Mourinho. One thing is synonymous with Omu team. Omu for physique. Inti esi enhuode. Ubenya and satem na Jeremy Injitap no omo ubenya Michael Ballack, Frank Lampard. These are players omo direct. Omo football ni nyina based on physique. Share that of Didier Drogba. Aya enhuode no de bebo mo ediako. But look at the transfers. Real Madrid from the English Premiership. Share transfers Barcelona from the English Premiership. Some more top player BR from the English Premiership. Players are technical. So Fabregas, before Arsenal joining Barcelona, he's a technical player. Thierry Henry, before Arsenal joining Barcelona, a technical player.
Okay.
Alexander Delap, very technical. Omuba befa Luka Modric from Hospes Stadium, very technical player. And number 5 Nakoy. Luis Suarez from Uruguay, Liverpool, a highly efficient technical player. And then Omofa Felipe Coutinho, honestly a very technical. David Beckham, a technician at work. Technical players. Now, one thing about technical players, in say on the grandest stage they don't panic. Into more the composure to endure the pressure. Whilst on the opposite end entirely different. Into their dominance, any reason in here, Omukuta the most trophies for player Biako Varane Koi Krasokuta as many as 4 UEFA Champions League titles. So a question a lot of people ask, but finding the trouble to find out why it happens like that, the emphasis of the Spanish contingents, basing their game on the tactical bit and the technical bit, whereas over England, the mechanical football not also. Until they will continue to dominate, they will put emphasis on the technical aspect of the football more than the physique aspect of the game.
Wow, Steve, me that say, me ba Mike, Mike, we are now fair, but share latest and also Mike.
What's the maybe what's the probability say Vini might leave Madrid or Becasebe saying?
Is it 0 because or reporting in just over yesterday?
No, the campus saying no credit. They are not close. The last time I proposed an Madrid, Madrid rejected it.
But 25 million.
Maybe I may to idea free one. I mean, no, dear, no, may say, me to 200, see, Debbie. But one country doesn't mean progress. So, can we dear, and I may who dear may.
Madrid for now,
exactly. Madrid have not offered a revised offer to Vini.
Yeah.
After the last time I proposed an
okay, so bear 1 hour ago, Vini Camp strongly denies that the renewal talks are advanced. Okay.
So
who's a Saudi Lodi?
Not necessarily Saudi.
Okay.
I think Vini as a player still has a lot to offer across Europe. If the opportunity to move clear, say Vini might leave Real Madrid. I'm sure say some of the top European sides will want to have a bite. Bebrena discover the only thing here release clause say 1 billion there. But the point is that if it becomes available for transfer, I'm sure say Saudi will have their sole prerogatives on Mobefano. There will be a lot of interested parties, even including some of the top sides. Don't forget about Manchester United and the Ometimia. If Vini becomes available, they will join. Some of the top teams across Europe, if Vini Jr. is available, they will join because he's one of the best players in the world currently.
Okay.
But there is a quality player who offers a lot. If he becomes available now, they will move. Chelsea will move. All the top, it is a only ambition.
Team we are
no, it is a wow. And it's what yeah. Wow, if this guy is available for transfer, Nasike was on a outrageous €1 billion and now 800 million pounds. Sikana. I think Vini for 150 million, 200 million. So more person will sign in, but and your honor and common best start here free. I just wanted to bring that to your tier for new more share so or more attention. I think say a story about Liam Delap say Manchester United for anyway. You see, Oftentimes, like I say, player B, a subject of interest for another club. I am not Vini in our question. Say, and the ball now, all ball was our club, and then the bars are no bebo. At times, the expectation does not match the reality in that contest because football, no, your systems and styles of play. It is any way you're using or switch now. You would have to situate it in the proper context. Who you soon know the yes or bet me slotting into another team and as own to me. Send your born or switch, you know the neighbor Man City or Bebre.
City.
Yeah, so this boy is not suitable for just any team, but a select group of teams. So to me, I'm beginning to have second and I said doubt.
Oh, Man U moving?
No, not Man U.
Okay.
I think that Man U, you're one of the few clubs in England who would offer him an ideal situation. So best Lottie no aboboni. But in a possessive oriented side like Chelsea, Tesebia Maresca San and San no direct. We're no bo Ipswich. Ipswich both possessive style of play, but they are very direct. And mostly because of the Premier League, they have had to rely on counter breaks. And Emma Wayno enough space and time to operate in. Check it. Team B Ipswich be a team no was Rokakrano. What do? They love to hold possession. And this our team no OBM. Ipswich funny to train almost yes or more attack here. They have spaces to attack. It helps this boy. Chelsea kweshia team bia wakane to atwem pampe entiechire hono unya space na what they the opposite all there. So context is very important. In present circumstances, Man U allow for opponents to attack them a lot, and they create a lot of chances to into almost a Milos kilos or nyade no almost striker
Now to need
na me decide in man no akese nko a
Holland
Rasmus
Højlund.
Because when you see striker unya chances, decent chances. One, your decision making. Two, a lack of precision will show to more, and even three, finding the right angle and balance, for a consistent period. You have any found also. And so at United, anyhow, I'm more impressed over definitely. It will be a teamer, a very suitable to Liam Delap, any abilities. Again, Aston Villa. Because Aston Villa, they are a very ambitious side. They also do not play a totally possessive oriented football. Almost so at a kakra, omo BM kakra, tete kakra, BM kakra. Is similar to Ipswich, but a nyepe. Yes, and then yase. It is a kokoshe de ane akoko. But omo nyepe, omo se. Sana Ipswich ne Villa de ane. So adapt and adjust to opponent na yekwa akosi Asiano. So he would do very well at Villa again because of opportunities available. Oli Watkins in Yenimsa or Ko Anaotina. And now, per what Emery has been doing, it looks like he's preparing for life after Oli Watkins. Checking and saying he doesn't play all the games. Last game, it was Marcus Rashford that started. So if you go, the promise of playing more, Aston Villa. If you go to United, the promise of playing more, but Chelsea nene send ye see tieno, ene de Maresca no oye ye no hono. Bobo ne man in and it will be similar to Lukaku and then Thomas Tuchel. Player need the obetimi ashe go so, but the team and the system ne moano. So I will prefer this boy. So Chelsea ba omu discussemba on katana so, non katanini. I think these two destinations, Man U and Aston Villa, will fit him. And why? Obviously, Chelsea bear no bet me other trophies. No, you see, there are times, this boy is not ready for a demanding top team yet. Well, he's not fully ready for that takeoff. No,
and for now, United demanding.
Oh, United per years, I had their second tier trophies, and it is a Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and your top second tier. But ensure that I'm do this a Champions League. So League, Champions League, United and Menho. Minimum said I make what here. Aston Villa, Okonkon. Aston Villa, Okonkon. You get it. In a very demanding team, this boy, what should I say, he still has a lot to add to his game. But although promise no show no, very positive.
Yeah.
And he's somebody or who could draw. Already why am I switch for now? It means potential. Neso. Cedric Beboya, the statistics alone. Goals are watching in the Premier League. 12. Assists Rebecca, he has 14 goal involvement. On any goals and assists, no. A winning 11 points for Ipswich, which represents team Nina and 55% of Omo points or winning. So he's somebody you can depend on. But again, he's a potential and you need to build him. Until Aston Villa, send your Lanchera, yes, Man U 4 pels, they be me free Blackburn and me Newcastle. A honor de Koye anything. He did not win major trophies, but today we respect Alan Shearer for an individual exploit. When we need to build himself, Kakra, before he makes that jump to a big team to deliver for him. And that decision, I'll say you crucial, because the next move, a pivotal for his career. If he does not get the next move correct, there be creative problems among.